guys, I'm gonna go through the menu here and show you guys all the stuff that this little powerful camera is really capable of. I'm sorry if it's not the clearest, but camera on, we'll try recording a TV screen with your camera. It doesn't really come out clear, all the lines and shit. So, alright, so what you're gonna want to do to turn it on is just hold this. Boom, boom. Nice display comes up. HD170, 1080p drift. Alright, so first what's going to come up is, right now I've got mine in picture mode. You can see, well, you probably can't see all that well. There's a little camera there. Then up in this corner it tells you how many pictures you can take. Right now mine says 3,887. And then you got the little battery logo here. It tells you how much battery life is left. I just charged it up so it's at the max. Then the picture quality is 5 megapixels. That's what it tells you right beside where it says the battery. And then I think that's the display. You've got a memory card in there. But anyway, okay, well, you just click the menu here and you get 4 different options. You get to go and watch your videos at the top left. Right here you can look at your pictures. Right here you got the video and picture settings, and then here you got the camera settings. So you can just go ahead and take a look at your pictures or whatever. I'll take some pictures of the drift. Cannon flag. Anyway, let's go through the settings here. For camera, you don't get a whole lot of settings. You get 4. You get the record mode, which you can switch it from at the top here. You can switch it from camera to video camera. Get exposure. You can set it to -2, -1, 0, +1, and +2 exposure. You have to play with those when you're inside. I find the light right here, I had to put it down to -2 exposure, but you can set it to whatever. And night mode, you can turn that on or off, and you can choose whether you want playback icons or not. Personally, I like them on there. Alright, now let's go through video. Oh, actually I forgot, you get 3 of them. There's the video, then there's picture, then there's shit, what's that setting called? Time lapse, that's it. Time lapse mode. I'm in record mode now. So you can choose what resolution you want it to record at. You can record at 1080p, 720p, and standard definition, which is just low quality kind of stuff. Personally, I stick to 720 because you get about the same amount of hours of recording as you would with standard definition. And 1080p, I really don't see a quality difference between 720 and 1080. Alright, so once you've chosen that, personally I'll stick with 720. Frame rate, you have quite a bit to choose from here. You got 25, 30, 50, and 60 frames per second, depending on whatever you're trying to record. If you're trying to record something really slow-mo and you want it to look nice and crisp, then you don't want to go with 60. But if you're just doing everyday recording, you can go with 30. Yeah, it's all on personal preference. Alright, so I'll stick with 30. Choose whether you want playback icons, and then you can choose your exposure once again. Actually, I'm going to set that back to 0. And then you can turn night mode on or off. Alright, let's go back to that again, and let's look at time-lapse mode. You can choose once again your exposure, and then choose sequence interval. How long you want, like every 10. You can set whatever you want for it to take pictures, like want to take a picture every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds, every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds, or every 30 seconds. Which I think is really cool. Getting a time lapse, that'd be pretty cool. And then once again you get to choose night mode on or off. Alright, so let's set it back to video. Then let's head on over to this menu. Now you can set your microphone sensitivity up here. Personally, I like to set it to the max because the microphone is right here. Can't really see that all that clearly. It's right there. But in order to make it waterproof, they had to put plastic over it, so it doesn't record the best. When I was doing playback for the videos, I had to crank the sound right up. So personally, I just set it to the max, so it records as much as it can grab. Then you can choose whether you want remote control or not. And then if you do want to use the remote control with it, then you're going to have to pair the remote control. And I'll show you guys how to do that in another video. You know, it's really not that hard at all. Then you can choose whether you want your LCD to turn off or not. That saves battery life if you turn off the LCD. And if you want to turn camera mode off, because that, I don't know how that saves battery life, because you can switch back and forth, but whatever. Then you can choose what you want for speaker volume, because this right here, that's the speaker, all waterproofed up. LCD brightness. Personally, I turn that right down to the minimum. That way, get more battery life. And then you can set the date, which I didn't bother, because it really doesn't make a difference for me. Set the time, and you can set the time and date stamp, which I probably would never put on. I hate that. Then you can set your language, whatever you want. I'm personal English, obviously. And you can reformat your SD card. So once you take all your pictures off, you click format, and it gets rid of everything on there except for your settings. Then you can reset settings back to default, whatever it was, and then the version of what your camera's at. I'll also make a video telling you guys how to update your Drift HD 170. It's really simple. It took me like less than 5 minutes. Alright, so well, that's about all you have to choose from with the Drift. It's a pretty sweet little camera, so I've come to find out. Alright, well, thanks.